Hello YouTube RCers, this is JB from JB Racing. I'm going to talk to you today real quick about the K949 from WLToys, also the 10428 and the 10428A, and even Hobby King sold these under the A333. Now these are the twin hammers. This is the same car as the twin hammers. These I believe are really identical in a lot of respects. In fact, I think they're made on the same molds. The plastic components I believe are exactly the same. I did tests on them. You can see another video on there where I did tests for the plastic components, comparing a Vatera to a WLToys, and they are identical. You can see this is the stock one here with all the plastic parts. These are all the plastic parts that have been removed from this one. This one has aluminum parts installed, and I think it just looks wicked cool. RC's come a long way since I first started. 1982 was the first time I raced a rail controlled car. I was on leave from the United States Air Force Academy on summer leave and went to Santa Barbara and saw some racing and thought it was cool, and ended up getting a car, and a few years later I even got an RC10, which I still have. My very first RC10. It was $239, didn't come with bearings, didn't even have electronic speed controls then. I think they were out, but they were really expensive and rare. On this K949 here that you see, it has the servo still installed. These things have a unique 5-wire servo. I'm not sure if that's on the Vatera. I do have a Vatera coming that I ordered. I know they come with better radio gear than these. That's probably one of the most significant differences between this and the Vatera, is just the radio gear on the Vatera I think is considerably better. We're going to find out here in a few days, because it should be here, and when it does I'll do a video and we'll compare it. Over here I took the servo out so I could have more access to get in here and add all of these aluminum parts. This is it sitting here. Now I have not weighed these yet. This aluminum gear has definitely added some weight. There's the plastic gear that came off. And what we're going to do is weigh these things for the first time. I've not seen it. I've never weighed it yet. So you're going to see it the first time I do. What we want to do though is we will throw this servo in here with all the hardware that came with it, so that we know we have the same weight for all these components. Even those few little screws kind of add up. So let's go ahead and start the scale up, let it zero, and let's weigh this stock first. So that comes up to about 2 pounds, just a little under 5 ounces. We can pretty much just call that 2 pounds 5 ounces. Okay, now let's put the aluminized version on there. See how much weight we gain. I can tell just by picking it up it's definitely a little heavier. Well, actually not that much. 2 pounds, a little over 6 ounces. So we only gained about an ounce. That was actually not too bad. That's a lot less than I expected. These are aluminum parts. This is the same set of aluminum parts as what's installed on this one. It has the arms and even some replacement shocks. Those are going to go on this one eventually. When I get a little time I'll stick them on here. Maybe I'll do a video so you can see how that red gear looks. You can get that stuff in blue. I wish they had it in green, but they don't. They have shocks in green, but they don't have all of the arms. You can get it in blue, you can get this aluminum color, or red, or I think they have orange as well. Now I've got 2 sets of the silver one to go on 2 of them, and 2 sets of red that are going to go on 2 of them. Now this one has the lime green coloring, and I can show you that body here. I've painted the body on this in a way that I like it being painted. Just paint right over the top. I don't worry about trying to strip the Lexan paint. And I like that look a lot better. And this is the 10428 that comes with all this lime green plastic on the roll cage. Now the 949 and the Viterra twin hammers come with this body here. The Viterra twin hammers is the same color pretty much. It has some different graphics. Where this one says Wild Truck, it says something else. But they're black when you get them, the roll cage. You can see right here, this is a camera mount. This is a little strap where I strap the battery pack, and that is for this little camera. And we get these things from Banggood. They're pretty cheap. I think it was about 20 bucks for that little camera, and then this little battery pack. I just bought a few of those on eBay, and they hold 3 batteries. And I'll run the wire. I'll put the pack up here, run the wire underneath, and stick the camera on the front here, and we'll run them in FPV mode using the Banggood Goggles 2 headset, which is really a lot of fun. Especially with these, we kind of run these on an obstacle course in the track in the backyard. Truly a new experience for hobby RC to me after years of pretty much just being a racer. I'll just kind of show you a few shots of this thing so you can see the parts that come aluminum. You can get these parts here in aluminum too. These 2 rods here, you can get those in aluminum, but they don't come in this little kit. But there's a guy on the internet that sells a bunch of parts for these, and I don't remember what it is. If you just do a little search, I'm sure you'll find it, and he has some of these in aluminum. I think I'll go ahead and probably get some just to kind of maintain the all aluminum. There's an aluminum steering slider on here. This thing has a sort of almost like a rack and pinion steering mechanism on it. And that is a real genuine improvement over the plastic one. Here's the plastic one, and the resistance to slide that plastic one is significantly higher than the resistance for the aluminum one. So I think that actually takes a little load off that servo. These little servos aren't very great anyway. If you want to change this system over to a regular radio, you're going to have to put in regular 2-wire servos instead of these funky 5-wire. But this is a receiver ESC combo, so you're going to have to make room in there to squeeze you in an ESC, put you a good steering servo in there, and you also have to use 3 channels because this servo is the shifter servo that shifts between low and high transmission range, just kind of like a 4-wheel drive truck. You have a low and high range shifter. So make sure you set it up with a 3-channel radio in order to operate that. You'll have to change out that servo. That's also a 5-wire servo. And you can find these 5-wire servos to buy, but none of them that I've been able to find have been very good. They've all been kind of wimpy. There is a Metal Gear servo available on eBay. I searched it out. It's a 5-wire Metal Gear servo, and I went ahead and ordered one. But it's not going to directly bolt in. It's a little bit smaller box container, even though it's a 25-gram servo, which is what comes stock in these. And honestly, the steering on these works just fine. It's a nice light steering feel, so that 25-gram servo works great to handle the load that you get from these things. I don't think you need anything more. You don't need to go spend $80 on a great Savox servo, which, by the way, I think is the best steering servos you can get, the Savox servos. I have those on my 5th scale too, and they're fantastic. But if you think you want to put an aluminum set on there, this is what it might look like. Just wanted to give everybody a chance to see how that looks. I think it's just really trick. If it had an aluminum rear end housing to go on here, that would just really top it off, wouldn't it? Well, just a brief look at what you can do with your 949 or twin hammers. You've got that 10428, which is the lime green one like this. Now the 10428A comes with a light blue Jeep body on it. And the twin hammers now has several different models. They've got the DT, which is a truck body, and a couple of different colors basically of the buggy body. Some of them have this headlight bumps and some of them don't. If you have breakage on these K949s, don't be afraid to get twin hammer parts. I've done that and they fit directly on because they're exactly the same thing. And they are made by the same people. I'm absolutely certain of it. And you can get one that doesn't have this. This little front end part does get broke pretty easy because it's kind of hanging out there and there's no bumper on these. Well, one last quick look. I bought these at a place called BQZLR. I think that's right. BQZLR.com. And they have this set of aluminum for, I think it's about $60 to $70. I think it was free shipping, I'm not sure, but it wasn't very much. It adds a lot to the truck as far as the cost of it, what you really have in it, but if you can afford it, it's a pretty neat thing to do. We'll see how it runs as soon as I get a chance to get out and run it. It's really rainy today. Tomorrow I'll have to be in the office, so I won't be able to do it tomorrow, but maybe this weekend I'll get a chance to run it and I'll take some videos and see if it makes that much difference. Until the next video, it's JB signing off.